Welcome back. In this presentation, we will continue our discussion on the power of algorithms. In previous lectures, we've discussed that social media platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok have become vital tools for social movements. This is because they enable activists to build communities and spread messages widely and quickly. This kind of digital organizing is often referred to as networked social movements, digital activism, or hashtag activism. Therefore, in this presentation, we'll continue to explore what makes these movements powerful, how they function, and where research on them is heading. Networked social movements fall under a broader concept called networked politics, which explores how people and institutions interact through connected systems. These movements are usually decentralized with no clear leader. Instead, people are drawn together by shared values, identity, or empathy for a cause. Hashtags often serve as a bridge, allowing individuals to connect and mobilize. Now would be a great time for you to start doing research on hashtags connected to the causes you care about. Are the hashtags trending? How many times have they been used? And who are the people using them? Our understanding of networked movements has certainly evolved. Initially treated as a metaphor, networks are now studied empirically through both qualitative and quantitative methods. Social network analysis, text mining, and digital ethnography offers powerful tools to understand how these movements operate in real time. One powerful example of networked environmental activism is the Stop Line 3 movement. Indigenous communities and allies organized via Twitter, now X, TikTok, and Instagram to protest the construction of the Line 3 oil pipeline. Through live streams, hashtag campaigns, and mutual amplification, they drew national attention and coordinated on the ground resistance, showing how digital tools fuel environmental justice. Another popular example is Fridays for Future, initiated by Greta Thunberg. It's a decentralized global climate strike movement. Using hashtag Fridays for Future, youth around the world coordinate local protests and share their climate demands. The movement's strength lies in its global network. Students, scientists, and supporters all engaging online to push for systemic climate action. On the other hand, hashtag Team Seas is a prime example of influencer driven environmental activism. Spearheaded by YouTubers Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, the campaign rallied millions of followers to donate towards ocean cleanup. Through viral videos, influencer collaboration, and digital fundraising tools, they mobilized a massive network to meet their $30 million goal, showing how digital charisma can drive environmental change. One key feature of networked activism is its global reach. People can connect across borders to support common causes. For instance, during the 2019 Hong Kong protests, activists intentionally used English to ensure their messages were accessible and visible worldwide. Platforms like Twitter, now X, helped globalize what might have otherwise remained a local struggle. Similarly, the Great Translation movement, which began during the Russian invasion of Ukraine, with this movement, Chinese speaking activists translated state sponsored media into other languages to reveal government perspective. This movement shows how translation and information sharing can become powerful forms of resistance in a global digital context. It's important to note that effective digital movements share certain traits. They're often decentralized, emotionally resonant, and are tied to a collective identity. Digital tools like hashtags, videos, and infographics help build momentum and deepen engagement. These tactics make it easier for people to participate and feel part of something larger. And while networked activism has promise, it also has limitations. First, not everyone has equal access to the internet or digital tools. Next, some online action are symbolic and don't translate into real world change. And movements can sometimes fizzle out without sustained efforts. It's therefore important to recognize both the potential and the pitfalls of digital activism. To better understand how people act in networked social movements, we must turn to social psychology. Group theories help explain how individuals think, feel, and behave in group settings, both among themselves and between groups. These theories give us a framework to analyze the dynamics of digital activism. Now, one of those key theories is the minority influence theory, which explains how smaller, dissenting voices can challenge the majority and shift norms. From gender equality campaigns like He for She to environmental movements, these voices often lead the charge, planting the seeds of change that later become mainstream. Now, solidarity is a hallmark of effective networked movements. When people feel deeply connected to one another, their motivation and consistency grow. Social media builds this cohesion through repeated hashtags, shared images, and mutual engagement. But without mechanisms for dissent, these type bonds risk becoming echo chambers. Feeling part of a movement or connected to a place under threat can drive sustained activism. Movements like Occupy Wall Street or BLM illustrate how shared identity and place attachment ignite powerful collective responses to injustice. And to tie it all together, one must understand that environmental activism has entered a new era, one driven by hashtags, live streams, and global digital communities. Whether it's stopping pipelines, striking for climate, or clearing the oceans, networked activism enables people to come together across borders and identities. Emotional bonds, cohesive messaging, and smart use of social media algorithms all help turn awareness into action. And with computational tools, we can now analyze and strengthen these movements like never before. In the digital age, environmental justice isn't just possible, it's more powerful than ever before.